Greetings to all who are listening to this transmission. I'm delivering some very good news amongst the crisis of coronavirus and everything that is going on into the world. This is the announcement for the powerful light series that are absolutely, perfectly, divinely guided and brought by the source. As there are many different theories about dark forces on the planet and different conspiracy theories that make these bad guys look very busy, let me assure you that the light forces are even busier keeping our world into the beautiful state of transition. Let us establish that the divine power, the very one source that has created everything in this universe and the stars and the moon and our bodies and knows how to grow the trees and the nature, well, that very power is now fully present on the earth plane and changing the game of polarity forever. There is no any aspect of activity that is man-made or the dark force is made that is stronger than this power. So as we acknowledge this and we allow the divine energies to work through us, there is nothing, absolutely nothing to be afraid of. So knowing this, let us for a moment just pause, take a deep breath, and consciously choose to be the instrument of light, to be fully consumed by the light, to bring the light through, as divine is teaching us the only universal remedy for everything that is going on is the light. It was announced before that we are in the very powerful 4 years of the passage of the humanity from one state of the consciousness to the next. Year 2019 was the year when the codes for purging were being brought through, and you can see now the entire world is purging, cleansing. This year, 2020, is a very special year in the development of humanity. This is the year when we are merging with divinity, which means the divine source that has created this world and allowed the aspects of polarity to be present is now coming back, clearing the polarity completely by the means of putting it together. All the good and the bad goes back into the neutral, and we are starting the new chapter. Year 2021 brings the emerging of that new consciousness, and year 2022 surging forward for human race. So purging, merging, emerging, and surging. This merging is happening in several stages, and currently the earth plane is receiving huge wave of energy that in January this year reached the earth and has been delivered by the huge explosion that happened 380 million years ago. And the scientists are ranking it at the rank of the Big Bang. They don't know where it happened, how that happened. However, this huge wave is consuming us. So we have been prepared to actually welcome much higher aspects of the light already. This has been happening for a number of years, but now the process is highly accelerated. It is not enough anymore to sit in the meditation and just visualize the light. We are now given much stronger, much more dynamic and higher aspects of light that we never had before in the polarity reality, because we are now ready and our world is changing into the world of light. These energies are beamed in a very specific way, which is changing the old biological system into the light body. We have received the spark, the Sha, the initial spark that starts civilizations. We have received various preparations, and now is the time to receive this light series. And it is my pleasure and privilege to announce them. We are starting tomorrow, the 8th of the month April, which is the 8th of the 4th in the year 2020, which is 2 and 2, 4, which basically brings the 2 8s together of our change and shift. After that first aspect that is being received tomorrow and will be shared to everyone who is drawn to this, we are starting the series which begins on the 11th of this month and will go in the series of 11. So that means 11 days in a row you will be receiving, or we will be all receiving, the codes that are both for conductance and induction. If we are trying to explain what the conductance is, just with the language of the physics, as one like a wire may have ability to conduct the electricity through, but also there is a resistance. So it is vitally important to drop the resistance, and there is then much higher ability of that wire to conduct the electrical force. So that is the same with the high vibration of light. The humanity needs to drop fully the resistance and increase the conductivity. So we'll be receiving codes that are having this action. And induction can be also explained in the terms of, think about birth. We have all heard about induced birth. So the biological system was into the aspect of pregnancy moving into the birth, which is the next development. However, if it is a reluctant situation where the hormones are not right and the ability to move into the next stage is not very good, then we give induction. So that happens. So in a similar way, universe, our divine mother source, Quan, is giving the humanity a huge induction injection so we can shift energetically, easily and with grace into our next stage. Much more will be obviously explained about these processes because they are new in a way, but also we know them within our inner being. They are life transforming, fully changing, and they are completely, absolutely completely dismantling the old vibrations. Anything that was fearful of, or we were fearful that it can damage or can create this and that, and all the theories of the dark forces, please allow that to fully drop. She is here. There is no more empowering aspect for humanity than receiving the divine consciousness. She sorts everything, and she says light is the universal remedy from our bodies to every aspect that we need for this transition, and especially the light in the consciousness, enlightenment in the consciousness. So let all this unfold, and I'll just very briefly explain what is awaiting us with this first aspect of the video series. Some of them will be live. People may join in if they want to, or just receive the recorded version, which is all perfectly fine and in a perfect alignment. So the first one that we are receiving tomorrow, 8th of the 8th, is the one that brings the shift from the one grid of the planet to the next, including the 5G. So all the concerns that the 5G might be used against the human system and it's not good for the health and so forth, she has changed it. It is now completely changed. You will hear within that video how and what has already happened. This even occurred within the month of February. However, I was not given the green light to put it on. I knew that it is coming for all of us, but now it was all organized and prepared, so we are receiving it on the 8th of April. That is a powerful, not just shift for ourselves, but all of our devices, the mobile phones, the computers, everything will be given instructions how to change them from the old grid into the new. And that means we are then completely unavailable for the old signals. No any harmful signals, no anything that can harm the human system can be accepted. So again, more explanation will be given. After that, when everybody does this part of the process, we are starting with the series of 4 times 11, which means starting on the 11th of April, we are going to receive for 11 days, every day, 2 codes, which is one for conductance, one for induction. And that means we'll be receiving 22 light codes in total, which automatically means the profusion of the light through our system is much greater, so you'll start feeling the effects immediately. Then we'll have a 3 days of break. Actually, that is simply the time for resonance and absorption of this energy, so integration time. Then we'll have another series of 11 with 22 codes, then another 3 days of break. Then another series of 11, which is the third series, and then another 3 days of break, and then the fourth series of 11. That makes it total of 88 codes, and that is making it 3 days, and then another 3, 6, and then another 3, 9. So we will have the full-on vortex of light absorbed in the body, in the physical, in the genetics, in the emotional system, mental system, consciousness, and we are truly becoming the light on this planet. The new waves of light that are coming are so strong and so more potent, and when we are aligned like this and we are ready and we start receiving these higher portions of light, we are truly over the hill into the new reality, into the new love and light on the planet that truly and fully is being brought to us by the divine source Quan. So let's align with this. It's open invitation to everyone. I'm sending you love and light, blessings, and welcoming you into the growth of light. Karai Ra, Karai Rama.